Hi, once again we meet. Welcome to Shiksha channel by Indira Sanyal. Vocabulary skills. I hope you are practicing. Now today I continue with the storytelling session. We can develop not only our listening skills, vocabulary skills, reading skills, comprehension skills, but the most important thing is we can create our own stories. Now, how to do it? Start with an exposition, that is time and setting, venue. Then next one, introduce characters. All comes in exposition. Then comes the main story, that is plot, and there'll be dialogues, different characters will come. Then next, the story as it unfolds in the plot. We come to climax, where the story is at its peak. Then there is some solution to the problem which have set in, and that is called resolution. So, with all these points, you can develop and create your own story. You can put a moral if you want, or it's not so necessary. Anyway, let's begin with the story. Now, this story is about an ant and the grasshopper. This is quite a famous story. You may have read it also, but once again, I'm retelling the story. There was an army of ants. Now, the ants are usually very hardworking. They lived in their colony, and every morning they used to go in a team with their friends and family members to the farm nearby. The whole day they used to collect wheat grains, and then they used to come back to their ant hills with carrying a wheat grain on their back. Now, at the same time, nearby, there was a grasshopper who was just the opposite of the ants. The whole day, he used to sing along and dance, least bothered about any work or bringing food. Ants coming in a team. And one day, one ant tilted his wheat grain which he was carrying fell. He asked for help, but the grasshopper laughed. Ha ha ha, why should I help you? Don't you see I'm busy singing and dancing? And why do you toil so hard? The ant replied, the winter is coming. We have our daily chores, and also we have to store food for the winter. So we come and store it in the larder, the extra food. Why don't you do the same? No way, the grasshopper said. I have to sing and dance, and there's a lot of time for the winter to set in. So the ant went back to his ant hill, seeing the nature of the grasshopper. Soon the summer rolled by. The rainy season came and went by. Autumn came and gradually the winter set in. And that year it was very cold. The ants were already prepared and they went into their ant hills for food in their larder. Whereas the grasshopper didn't have anything. There was no shelter for him and neither any food. He was shivering with cold. Suddenly he thought about the ants and said, I should go and take some help from them. So he went, knocked at the door, and the ant came out and asked him, what do you want? The grasshopper said, I'm very hungry. Can you help me with some food? Way, I have to keep the stock for my family and friends, and the winter lasts for some months. How can I share my food with you? So the grasshopper was all alone and he was crying bitterly what to do. Then the ant closed the door and the grasshopper went back to the place where he was singing and dancing. So, friends, you see, time and tide waits for none. And so, make hay while the sun shines. That is, grab the favorable time and complete your work. As I told you with those points in the beginning, whereas you can answer some questions and develop your comprehension skills. Now, you can make your own questions, but I am suggesting some. The first one which I am telling you is, which character do you like the most? The ant or the grasshopper, and why? Second question, find the meanings or synonyms of these words. Ant hills, shelter, shivering. You can take refused also. And also I want to introduce compound words. Now see, ant hills, that is two words together make one. Grasshopper. Then like this we have bookshelf, shoe rack, keychain, and so on. You can make your own. So let's finish up with this story, and we can continue with more stories in the next video audios. So thank you. Be tuned. We'll be meeting soon.